Hello everyone and welcome back to QuickSaveTV. Now, don't laugh, please don't laugh, it's all serious. We're gonna start, today I personally gonna start the Jagged Alliance Back in Action speedrun playthrough. In which I'll, excuse me, that's my shoe slipping off of my leg, off of my foot, in which I will not try to spend as little time as possible to beat the game, right? I'm not gonna try to speedrun it in a classical sense, like I'll do it as soon as possible, but I'll try to do it quickly, right? And if you're interested, you can just go ahead and watch. I hope it's not too boring to watch, because I'm gonna say one thing. It's the patches which come out for the game, specifically 105, 106, they change a lot of things, and I just feel a need to start a new game, right? And because of that, it doesn't seem feasible at this moment to start and commit to a whole playthrough, which I'm sure some of you would like to see, but I personally feel that I'm skipping out on some things, and I just feel really sad afterwards. Now, I've been playing with some mods recently, and yeah, this is going to be, I'll just commit to that. I'm not gonna add any mods as I play right now this game. So right now I'm just gonna go ahead and switch, not switch, commit to playing through Jagged Alliance Back in Action and playing through The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. As the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim playthrough will be quite massive, but much more massive than Jagged Alliance. I'll try to release more of the videos for Skyrim than I will for Jagged Alliance. But again, I'll try to keep it combined, so any of you who are kind of interested in both will be able to see both of them. And the most important, if you really enjoy the playthrough, please go ahead and put a like on it. You know, it will allow me to understand that you are actually interested in what I'm doing, and I'm not wasting my time there. You know, if you're not interested, don't put your like there. Okay, dislike, of course, if you don't enjoy the video, but don't put your like there if you don't want to see any more of that, so I can understand that you are, you know, not interested, or leave a comment. Now, again, just recently I have released a video called Jagged Alliance Back in Action Shotgun in Detail, in which I talk a lot about shotguns, their specific, how do we use them, their characteristics and everything. And if you didn't check this video out and you are a player of Jagged Alliance Back in Action, you should go ahead and do that right now. Now, why? Because it seemed quite useful for anyone who's interested in playing the game more effectively, because it will allow you to find out some interesting things and pick up some strategies from me in order to use your shotgunners more effectively and generally. And to use them like that, like being an annoying ass on the battlefield. Don't you want to be an annoying ass on the battlefield? Of course you want to be an annoying ass on the battlefield. Look at that, 4 enemy targets, very short periods of time. No waiting, no nothing. Look at this, and just got hurt with a very minor wound. It's just, you know, it's not serious. Come on, it's not a throwback. It's a bonus. Let's go ahead and take this guy down. I'll try not to, you know, look through many of the houses in the game. There's a lot of them. It doesn't seem really useful. Of course they have some, you know, secrets in them, but I'll just skip them. It's not too important. Let's go ahead and pass all our medical equipment to Fox, so she can go ahead and heal the rest of the members in the squad. That'd be nice. Now let's equip this one, the bandage, instead of a medkit, because bandage generally is easier to buy, it's cheaper, and it's just weaker, right? So there's no point to use it on wounds which are otherwise not serious. Let's go ahead and take this guy, this girl down. Liquidate her. Very good. We're running out of ammunition. Should be fine in normal conditions, but we have some people in the sector still alive. It's not nice. Don't want to live in targets, especially the enemies.
Stay alert. They'll probably pop out the moment we drop our guard.
Okay, what do we have here? Let's go ahead and lie down right now, so we can have better accuracy as we fire at the enemy. Just recently, you're probably, at the moment you're watching this video, you're probably already seen Jagged Alliance online from me, right? The basically, or maybe from someone else. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure. I'm your #1 source for Jagged Alliance coverage on the web. So anyway, the idea is that Jagged Alliance Online, unlike Jagged Alliance Back in Action, will be trying to restore the type of game Jagged Alliance always been, right? The turn-based type of game. I tried it today, and I'm gonna say it now outright, alright? I'm not gonna lie. I'm not particularly excited about the game. However, I'll try to avoid rushful decisions, rushful conclusions. I want to play it a little bit more. What I don't like at this point is that although it claims that it's close in spirit to the previous game, it doesn't feel all so close because of the mechanics implemented in the game. Now, unlike in Jagged Alliance 2,
Roger that.
or Jagged Alliance 1, I assume as well. I never really played it, but I assume it's the same idea.
Roger that.
There are
On my- be
specific
prepared.
skills with
We
specific
got
weapons.
unfriendlies in this sector.
Unlike in here, for example, Jagged Alliance right now, what you're seeing, there's no specific skills, there's traits, which determine how effective a mercenary will be with a specific weapon or equipment, right? Whether he or she is proficient using shotguns or handguns or using explosives or using mechanical thingies, you know. That's the idea. That's what it determines. Whereas in Jagged Alliance Online, there are specific skills which determine how good you are in using this or that kind of ammunition, or not ammunition, firearms. So, if your mercenary is good in sniper rifles, he is not necessarily good in handguns,
Got it.
which doesn't make any bloody sense to me. Okay, it's just not logical. It's not really. It reminds me games such as Brigade E5, Brigade E5, and another one was called 762, in which there were several stats for marksmanship, and so one of them
Consider it done.
was. I just want to unlock this door.
I'm
I'll
on
just
it.
go ahead and stop doing this stupidness. You're not really interested, I know. There were several ways to aim at your target. Okay, there was an ability for you to aim from lying down position, which was the most accurate, spending most time being most accurate. There were two aiming types for sitting position. The aiming positions for sitting were shooting quite fast, but again from sitting position, and they were quite, you know, it was quite effective, but not as accurate as aimed shot from the sitting position. But again, although it was so detailed and everything, at the end it became so illogical that basically your mercenary could be very good at firing quickly, but not good at all at firing like an aimed shot. You know what I mean? Basically, your mercenary could fire sometimes a very, very accurate shots when he would aim down the sights, but not so good when he wouldn't aim down. Otherwise, another mercenary would be very good in firing quickly, or vice versa. Slowly, but not so good when firing quickly, or vice versa, firing very well when firing quickly, and not so good when firing slowly. It just doesn't make any sense. So, for example, if you had a fortune to fire from any type of handgun or a firearm, I'm gonna tell you something, and I'm sure you know that. I'm sure you know that. If you can fire from a weapon, you can fire from a weapon. There's no distinction, like fire quickly, fire not quickly. Like, for example, if you give a rifle to a professional marksman and you ask him to fire quickly, he will still hit the target most probably better than you would do that, because you're just not as good, right? Provided, again, I'm not saying it personally to you, I'm saying it generally. If you're not a marksman, right? If you're not a professional marksman, or you don't know how to hold a gun. Now, because of that, it feels to me that the game is going to this unrealistic, kind of feel, in which, although there is this abundance of these different abilities, like you can become proficient in this, you can become proficient in this and that, and all different, blah blah blah. It just doesn't seem really logical. So back to Jagged Alliance Online, there will be 6 or 7. I don't really remember at this point right now. 6 or 7 types of guns in which you could learn how to use them. Which were handguns, sniper rifles, handguns, sniper rifles, what else? Pistols? No, handguns, sniper rifles, assault rifles, rifles, shotguns, and some SMGs, light machine guns. That would be it, I think. That would be it. It also has a whole bunch of base attributes. If you didn't watch the video, just go ahead and check it out. It will give you a general idea of what I'm talking about right now. Now, as I said, I didn't really like it. It didn't seem also logical or nice, and some things are just outright creepy. Like, for example, if you buy a helmet for one of your mercenaries, what's gonna happen? This helmet might not necessarily give him better defensive abilities, but might sometimes give him an ability to score critical shots more often, which is it just doesn't make any sense to me. So, for example, if you use a hat for your mercenary, he might become better in dealing critical hits instead of using, you know, a flak jacket or something like that. And again, your mercenaries need attributes to equip things, so it becomes more like an RPG, which I don't necessarily mind, but I don't like the direction it goes overall right now at this point. It just doesn't feel reasonable, at least to me. But again, you might like it, and you know, it's probably a personal feel of mine. Not necessarily what you have to agree with, or, you know, of course you might like it more. For someone who likes RPGs, such as myself, it would feel logical. It would be logical if I would like it more, right? But I don't really like it because the way system implemented is that in order to get really good equipment or to hire mercenaries for long term, so basically you can hire mercenaries and you can hire them for infinite amount of time. But to do that, you have to pay them in gold. And now, in order to... You have a starting capital of gold, 130 gold bars. In order to obtain gold, you have to pay for it in real cash. Now, in real money, right? Whatever you have, dollars, you have euros, you have rubles, whatever you have to pay in this currency. So, in order to get the most out of the game, you will have to use this thing, which is not really inspiring. But again, you don't have to pay for the game in first place. But you know what? If you continue paying for the game steadily over some period of time, what's gonna happen is that it will grow up quite expensive. That was my tea. So yeah, I'm getting really distracted with this talking. Really hard to talk and, you know, do efficient stuff at the same time. So enough talking. Let's give this axe to our person over here and leave. Leave. Okay, now that we're here, let's go ahead and save the game. Now we can go ahead and continue to the sector. Plus, there's a whole row of the problems associated with turn-based tactical games in which I'm going to illustrate you an example. One thing was frustrating me always when I was playing Jagged Alliance 2, and I played it for quite a lot of hours, as I started playing it in 2000, I think. I was a really young individual. It was 12 years ago. I was 8 years old. And one thing was frustrating me back then, and frustrates me right now. But back then I was like a fanboy. I was playing the game religiously, and I wouldn't start talking about this negative sides. I would find 300 reasons to, you know, to say like, oh, you know what, it's fine. That's how it's supposed to be. That's a hardcore game. You know, if you don't play it, you know, you're not a ballsy person, or whatever it would be. Now, in Jagged Alliance Back in Action, because it's real-time tactical game, there are a whole let's say there's a whole amount, like, number of things which you can do. You can pop out of the cover and you will attack the enemy, and you can do that not during one turn as you would do in Jagged Alliance 2, but during the real-time unstoppable action. Right now nothing happened. Look, I found the enemy doesn't interrupt me, I don't interrupt my enemy, we just fight, because that's how it is. Real-time combat. We fire at each other, enemy tries to regroup, repositioning again during combat. As I'm trying to pick up the item, I'm running over here behind the corner, now I'm gonna pop up and attack the enemy. Now, pay attention, it's not that it's scripted this way, or it's not that the turn started, or it's not that I interrupted the enemy turn during my turn. We're not playing a war game here, we're playing a game which feels, although has many flaws, it feels much more realistic than Jagged Alliance 2 in the way that, you know, combat performs. Now, don't look that the shotguns are disbalanced. Just don't use them. Don't use them if you don't wanna. The bottom line is that it just feels for me much more realistic as a person who played a lot of Jagged Alliance 2, this type of game right now I'm playing, that everything happens in real time. Whereas in Jagged Alliance 2, in order to use close combat weaponry effectively, you would have to get behind the enemy in stealth and then just skip the turn in order to get the most action points you could, and then attack the enemy and use all your action points in order to try and go and tear him apart, right? And if you wouldn't, the enemy would tear you apart because you would probably never have enough action points to do that. Now, in Jagged Alliance it's not the case. You can easily storm the enemy with a close combat weapon and you can just attack him as he's firing at you at the same time, no problem. And moreover, as you attack him, you will interrupt his aiming, and it won't do much good to him that he can attack you at the same time. He can't really do that in close quarters. So all these little things make up for a great game. That for me, that's my experience. I really like it so far, and I played it for a lot of time. I've made 2 playthroughs, but not complete playthroughs. I played like 5 parts, which is like until Drassen or until you know, until water pumping station, which wasn't exactly the longest playthrough. But again, as I said, it's very hard to commit a playthrough in such conditions because all the time there's new patches for the games and there's new interesting mods for the game, and I want to try them out. You know, very interesting.
On my way. Copy that. Got something here. Look, what's this?
Okay, got the enemy down. And yeah, so right now I'll try to commit to this playthrough and do that without dicking around, just trying to conquer the sectors and make it reasonably entertaining with my rumble. Yeah, that would be it. That would be it. Another thing, if you would like to see me doing some specific thing, if you would like to see me hiring a specific mercenary, I would gladly listen to you. The game is lagging a bit. I would gladly listen to you and hire the mercenary you would like to see in my playthrough. For me it's not a problem. I am familiar with most of them. At this point I use only my favorite mercenaries. Fox is not necessarily my favorite mercenary, but she works better with Wolf, and Wolf is certainly one of them.
I knew they'd show up sooner or later. Look, got something here.
So yeah, if you would like to see any other mercenaries, just go ahead and tell me. Not a problem. We're gonna go ahead and incorporate them in our playthrough. Whoop!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moving.
Let's go ahead and hide behind cover.
On my way. Copy that.
Yeah. I hear you. Moving.
Kill confirmed.
That was horrible.
I hear you.
That was horrible.
Thought I was in better shape.
So. Copy that. I hear you.
Okay, let's sip some tea.
Yeah.
Ask mercenaries to reload and continue on our way.
Ready to move on. Awaiting orders.
I'll also try to create a
Ready to
poll,
move out.
an online poll in which you will be able to vote if you are
On my
interested or if you're not interested to
Got it.
see
Enemy! I hear you. Consider it done.
additional weapon in detail tutorials,
Got
just
it.
as I did for shotguns.
on it.
I did for now
Got
only
it.
for shotguns, but if you're interested in something else, I will gladly do
here.
that. I will probably
I
try
hear
to
ya.
cover all of them, but as it's
Got
very
it.
work intensive and
I'm
time
on it.
intensive, I'll try to,
I
you
knew
know,
they'd show up
I'll try to
sooner or
pace
later.
it a bit for myself so I can
Dale, what's
provide, you know,
Copy that.
better quality coverage.
Got it.
And it takes a lot of
Let's
time,
get it.
honestly. It took me 2
I'm
days,
on
but
it.
at the same time I was sorting out some technical difficulties. It shouldn't take the same amount of time now,
Awaiting
but, you know,
orders.
I'll try my best.
Got it.
Now,
Roger
I will
that.
try to create a poll in which I'll ask you
Consider it done.
specifically which weapons would you like to have a
Sure
tutorial
thing.
for. I'm not sure if I'm gonna talk about hand-to-hand
Sure thing.
weaponry
I
a
have
lot,
an
I'm on it.
encounter.
but you know,
I'm on
it depends
Got
again
it.
on what people want to see. If you're
Awaiting
wanting to
orders.
see hand-to-hand weaponry, I'll try to make a tutorial about it, but it will probably be focused around sneaking
I'm on it.
instead of just, excuse me, close combat as such.
On my way.
Excuse me, too much tea.
Waiting orders.
So yeah, my coffee machine broke down and
Got it.
there's only tea for me now.
Get
Got
ready.
it.
They're here.
I hear
Hoop.
ya. I
Hello,
hear ya.
mister.
On my way.
Moving. Roger that. Copy that.
Let's get him. I'm on it.
Trying to share some experience here between Fox and Wolf. So so that the fox has some opportunity to catch up with Wolf in experience,
got it.
as he keeps taking all the experience because of his disbalanced shotgun. What did I just do?
Copy that.
I just did something stupid. Let's go ahead and do this. Equip the sitting. Or how do you call it? I call it
I
sitting.
hear you.
It's called a sitting. Yeah, okay, sitting. Syringe. Sitting. Sitting, yeah?
Ready to
Okay,
move
fine,
on.
syringe. Syringe. Let it be syringe.
Yeah.
Syringe.
I
Syringe.
hear ya.
Now, speaking of which,
Yeah.
there's one enemy left on the
Got it.
map.
I'm on
Let's
it.
go
Ready to
ahead and
move
take
out.
care of the
Copy
bastard.
that. On my way. I hear ya.
So,
Actually, go ahead and use
Orders.
Fox to do that, not a problem.
moving.
She should be able to handle that.
Sure
Although
thing.
she's much more effective in SMGs, I'll probably go ahead and give her an SMG
Got
later
it.
on.
Roger that.
Should be able
Get
to do
ready.
that.
There
That's
Good.
Lying.
nothing left
Very
to
good.
do here.
Now that we're done here,
Yeah.
we're gonna go ahead and pick
orders.
up the items dropped here.
Roger
I'm
that.
gonna probably sell them. We still
Copy
need
that.
explosive specialist, which will be Buddy, Mr. Hungarian bastard. I know everything about explosives, kinda guy, and
On my
yes.
way.
And our team will be set. We'll have a very effective.
Sure
We
thing.
have a mechanic. We'll
I'm
have
on
a
it.
medic, and we have
Sure thing.
a
I'm on it.
explosive specialist, demo man.
You do Henry. I wouldn't.
I hear you.
So yeah, that would be it.
Got a plan?
Ready to move out.
It was quite faster, you have to admit. It was just, you know, during the time of... Much is that? Okay, I have 3 seconds left, I think. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Until the timer goes off. It was quite
Roger
fast.
that.
I already took 2 sectors. Yes! I'm committing to my promise
Consider
to do it
done.
properly
Got
this
it. Thought
time.
I was
Yes.
in better
At
shape.
Primus.
You're such
Consider
an
it
annoying
done.
woman. No, I just attacked a random
Still
country
use
for no reason.
explosive.
Copy
And I
that.
talk English also. You see.
Moving.
Fuck logic, right, Ira?
I know.
Okay,
I
let's
knew
hear
it.
it.
I'm on
I
it.
agree.
Roger that.
We shall do this. Not a problem. So we have SKS here, and we have some very cheap .38s. I'll gladly buy some of these 38s. We don't really need this kind of ammunition. We don't really need all this useless crap. What we need is a bunch of 38s. For now, yes, it'll be fine. And we're also gonna do a little trick. We're gonna teleport in the sector right now.
Squad has arrived at target destination.
I don't think it's gonna work quite as I imagined. Fine, I'm just gonna go ahead and quit the sector again. Now, anyway, we're gonna go ahead and equip our mercenaries with the best equipment we can provide at this point, and then think about
Ready
hiding
to move
Buddy.
out.
Now, also important to note
Squad has arrived
is
at
that
target
the top
destination.
level in this game is level 10, which means that there's no real need for us to plan to get too much of experience, because probably our mercenaries will get really experienced before the end of the game. Like, they're gonna get the top level and they won't receive any more experience, which is quite sad, and I would be really excited to see a mod changing that. A shout out for any of you modders watching my
Yeah.
video right now who would like to
Consider
do
it
that. It would be unbelievably, and it's absolutely important.
Consider it
Just
done.
don't give it
Roger
a
that.
second thought. It's very important for me, at least. That would be really nice. So now, okay, focus. What do we have? Nothing useful.
Roger
What do
that.
you have? You're all equipped.
Got a plan?
We got all the
Sure
necessary
thing.
quests.
Moving.
Get the hell out of here. Good.
Sure thing.
You have a fine pistol. You'll survive. We don't really need this stuff. We'll keep onto this stuff. We don't need this stuff. Too many 9mm bullets. Also not necessary. Okay, fine. We're gonna go ahead and keep all this stuff we have here. That's it for now. That's it for now.
Hmm?
We have some
Roger.
militia here, but
Yeah.
I'd rather equip the
Copy
militia
that.
in the outpost.
Let's get it.
So go ahead and quit. Save the game. Yeah! And be on our way. And be on our way. In the roadblock. Delicious tea. Black tea. I drink black. Which one do you drink? Do you even drink tea? It's a big thing. For us Russians, we drink tea all the
Waiting
time.
orders.
Yeah?
We just drink tea.
Let's
Well,
get
at least me
Awaiting
personally, I drink a
orders.
lot of
Waiting
tea.
orders.
A lot of it.
Got it.
Waiting
A
orders.
bunch of teacups.
Got it.
Awaiting
I used to-
orders.
There was days in my life in which I would drink like 15 cups of tea.
Copy that. I'm on it.
easily.
Order.
And I'm not talking small
Let's
cups, I'm
get
talking
it.
big freaking cups of tea. You know,
Moving.
cups
Copy that.
of tea.
Ready to move out.
So, roger that.
Awaiting orders.
You know what? We're just gonna go ahead and ask her to fire at will.
Sure thing.
And as she does that, we're gonna
I
use
hear ya.
Wolf
Enemy!
to get to the enemy from the other
Roger that.
position, from a bit better position.
Consider it done. Can't make it. Got it.
Wow,
On my way.
she managed to hit himself.
I knew they'd
Her
show.
comrade in here.
I hear ya. Got to stay alert.
You're
Don't know what to do here.
The moment we drop our guard. Consider it done.
Let's see what
Copy
happens
that.
now. Wow,
On my way. Copy that.
dangerous.
I'm on it.
Fine, we did it.
Please.
Okay, that was the alarm. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut at this point. I will probably make the next part immediately, right now. I thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed the video and enjoyed my commentary, which was quite sleepy because I don't have coffee, go ahead, subscribe to my channel in order to support my work and get notified when new content becomes available. I thank you so much. Have a great day and bye bye.